These blocks to the exact, and that's what you call thank your mother for the rabbits.
Tea's nearly ready. How many blocks you got left?
But I've always ever used it on the fence.
Not just a butcher, see?
My plan is I've got to find a key as well. Looking just the hammer, that section of the pond's been painted. Yeah, I'm not going to make that much of a mess, all right?
Fair enough.
Wax on, wax on. That's my seating area all done. That there's looking absolutely spot on. But I need to get that out first. Looks like you've got a green face.
Quite easy.
Yeah, you actually get 15 in a box. It creates a flat surface for my spiral mat to go over the top. Lotus root media in that tray. There's Whisper's just popping in her cuts.
Sure I've done it right.
So it's about time I finish off the rest of these blocks for this pond. And I need to fire up this cement mixer. I need to grab me tools out as well. Well, the old cement mixer's fired up once more. She's taken an absolute beating this year. So just ran them 3 blocks in. Now I'm going to run up through here. I just put my bed of muck down and I don't worry about it too much. Just level it off after it's done. Just make sure that block's level, and then run them right in. Right, so I'm just setting my skimmer in place. These here work absolutely amazing. I've got one on my main pond. This one here I actually had custom, so it's a little bit smaller than the normal skimmers. It's actually only 330 mils across this way. I've got it dead level, so that's the finished height of the pond. And yeah, super happy. I was thinking about hiring it up slightly, just so I can run the coping stone over the top. But that's how I done my last pond, so this is how I'm doing this pond. As you can see with this pond, as the coping stones run across, it just dips down slightly. Can add like a dummy coping stone in there if I want to. That's how I've decided to do this one as well. More than happy with it. It's all sat in place. These skimmers are designed to fit right over a whole block. I'll tidy up any of the muck later on, but you can get to your pipe work underneath, put all your fittings in. I have actually got the overflow to the pond this side, for the fact I can run this across here and it will go straight down into waste, down into the soakaway. Getting through it, slow and steady wins the race. Final bit is where you make sure that it's dead level both sides. See where you're at. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Like that, see?
Not just a butcher, see?
No matter what trade I have a go at, pretty good at all of them.
Right, babe.
What's up?
Tea's nearly ready. How many blocks you got left?
Well, I'm on the last hurdle now. 3 blocks. I've got a cut one, 2 fit straight in there. I estimated these blocks to the exact, and that's what you call thank your mother for the rabbits. Right then, so I've actually finished doing all of the block work for the pond. I'm super made up with it. It's looking amazing. I'll have to get the tape measure out and give you guys the internal diameter of the pond. For today, what I want to do is I want to paint the back of the fence all the way around here. I pressure washed all of the tiles last night, all of the gravel. I flicked off all of the paint that's been sort of flaky, if you know what I mean. So today what I want to do is just have a bit of a tidy up in the garden, sort things out for my next projects. But what I also want to do today is pop the shower filter that I've got on the back of the pond, just to see how high that it's going to fit and see how it's going to look. I've got my shower filter from JS Koi. To start with, I'm going to paint this back panel before I paint all of this, and then I'm going to have a little play around with this. One other job, I've got to have a bit of a tidy up with my tools later on, because the wife does all the washing in here and she says you need to tidy it up. But what I need to do, I need to get in here. That's what I'm going to paint the fence with. The new pond I built as well. If you haven't seen this video, go and check it out. Look back on my old videos and try to find this one me and my son built. But for now, I'm going to start painting the fence. Just before I start painting the fence, I wanted to give everyone a little bit of an update on how my koi are doing. So after I've been dealing with a few parasite issues, I recently seem to be getting on top of it, slow and steady. It's not the easiest thing to deal with the temperature, with unheated ponds. The stress levels in a pond really don't help with parasite issues, but hopefully we'll get on top of it. And yeah, they're all looking a million times better than what they was. So I'm happy that they're happy, and if they're happy, I'm happy. Well, quick coffee break, but I wanted to show you where I'm at. So I've painted all the way along here, all the way along here, all the way along here, and I've stopped right there. I'm scraping off all of the existing paint, and basically I've decided to paint the bottom black. I've got to run another coat over this, but this is where the filter system's going to be for the new grow on pond, obviously. So I'm just literally just tidying it up. I've got to clean up some of the mess that I've dropped a little bit of paint here and there. But yeah, look at the state of my hands, look. What I'm thinking, I might put that shower in place before I put this artwork back on the wall as such, or back on the fence. Purely the fact I want to see what it looks like, how high it is. But I apologise I ain't got much filming done. Pure fact, I don't think it's good entertainment watching someone paint a fence. But I need to paint it. That said, let's crack on with the video. Let's get this shower filter up. Right, so I do know this shower filter's got to come back off, but I'm just weighing up just to make sure it's centre, both sides, which that ain't bad. And the way it's designed, it fits perfectly over here, and it fits perfectly along the back there. It's part of the reason why I left this little gap behind the back of the pond. I didn't want to join it to the existing wall, because else I wouldn't have been able to fit this shower filter here. So as you can see, it fits absolutely bang on, snug as a bug in a rug, as they say. So now I'm going to put the tiers on, and I'm just weighing up to see how high it comes, if you know what I mean. But we've got to take it as it comes, because I don't know how high it's going to be. I could just measure it, but I want to see what it looks like. I'm also having a little play just to see how the media fits in this shower. So this media that I'm using is from mountainTree. It's the Lotus Root media from mountainTree, but it seems to fit in perfectly. mountainTree advise that you fit this media in an upright position so the water can spiral around it. But in the backy showers that I have over there currently, I pretty much broke a few in half just so I could have like a staggered effect, just so any muck or build up could bounce through the media and it wouldn't sit in there. So I'm a little bit unsure how I'm going to put it into this shower, because this shower is not quite as wide. I'm 800 mils across. To start with, before I put all of this media in, because I've got to cut some filter mat to go on the top, I just want to pop it up and see what it actually looks like on the shower filter. So yeah, that there's looking absolutely spot on. I'm really liking that. And it leaves me a little bit of height from the back of the fence, and looking back here, it looks the absolute hammer. It's quite nice actually, watching the fish as I'm painting the pond. They all seem to be doing a lot better than what they were. Wax on, wax on. Mr. Miyagi. Anyone seen that film? Hell of a film. Danielson! Danielson! Slowly getting through it. One dip at a time.
I know, you really are taking your time.
Yeah, but I like doing a good job. This has been 3 years and it's still not bad, but it looks a lot better when it's done. So yeah, I'm going to crack on, finish up through this stretch.
And I'm going to go cook your roast.
And you're going to get me a roast dinner going on. That's what you call the absolute hammer. So that's my seating area all done. Well happy with that. I might get another one of these pots and identical it over there. Looking just the hammer. Nice tidy Sunday job. Just been up to me granddad's, and he used to work for Western Power. Been retired for around 10 years now, but I found this in his garage and it's been there for absolutely ages. So what I'm thinking, I don't really know what all of this is. It's obviously a fuse board, but I think it's so antique It's got to be old school. I don't need to use none of that, but don't know really what these clips are either. But I'm just going to use the box, and what my plan is, I've got to find a key as well. Anyone out there has got a key for one of these or knows where I can get one, let me know. I'm going to screw this to the back of the fence. I'll have my wires coming in, all of my electrical all inside, and then hopefully with the seal it'll keep my electrics that little bit better than just being outside open to the elements. So yeah, I'm going to pop this on the fence now. Right then, Mrs. Whisperer, you decided to get your hoodie on, have you? And make out that you're doing some work?
I am cleaning up your mess.
No, I appreciate that, because I did make a little bit of a mess. Just put the electric box on the side. I've set it so the filter that I designed, water level, will sit just underneath it. So it's about me maximising space what I've got. You can see I need to give it a few more courses of paint. You's a good girl, ain't ya? You's a good girl.
Cleaning up after you again.
You got to do your jobs when you got to do them, I suppose. But I need to cut some filter mat. Is that all right? I'm not
over there.
Yeah, I'm not going to make that much of a mess. All right.
Fair enough.
Right. So I just scrammed me roast dinner. There's still a few hours left in the day. So what the plans are? You can see I've got the shower filter behind me, and I'm just going to have a little play around with some of the media that's going inside of it, because I want to see how much I've got, what I might need, and what I've got left. So I'm going to have a little play around with that now. Right then. So this is the media that I'm going to be using, the spiral filter mat. I've got to cut some of that, and I'm also going to be using some of the mountainTree bacteria house. This here works absolutely brilliantly. If anyone's interested in getting some of this, you can purchase it from Absolute Koi and Elite Koi if you're in the UK. There is other places you can get it from. I'll leave the links to mountainTree in the bottom of the description of the video, and I'll also leave the links in my comment section as well. But I need to get that out first and see what size I need to cut it. Right then, so in my shower filter, I'm going to be using some of this lotus root media from mountainTree, and this media is outstanding. The surface area on it is absolutely unbelievable. I love how it's designed. I mean, it's designed to the absolute maximum. For a small piece of media, the surface area on it is incredible. If you just have a look down through how they've sort of designed it, cutting away certain parts of the ceramic media, it's just a brilliant media, to be fair. I really like using it. I use it over here in my 2 shower filters that I've got, and my water quality is brilliant. What I'm planning to do is, in the bottom course of my shower, run them on their side like this. mountainTree do recommend they're in an upright position, but I'm probably going to do that when I get my other filter over here, when I'm going to be designing that shortly. But for now, I'm just having a play around to see how this fits. I'm going to use 4 pieces on the bottom of this shower, and then I'm just going to stack them back on top like so. And I want the water to like bounce around in here, so I'm going to do like a 3, a 1 up. Let me just get it all together and you'll see how it's going. So then this one's going to fit down into this section. This one's going to fit into this section. And what that does, that creates a same layer all the way across. And as you can see, my spray bar, looking up through this section, the level's the same all the way up through. So what that allows me to do now is that I can cut a piece of the spiral mat, because mountainTree recommend that if you're going to use the lotus root bacteria house, they recommend to put a layer of this in underneath every single tier. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to cut it so it fits underneath the media, and then the water just spreads the load of water over the media itself. And I believe it's just to protect the life of the media a little bit better as well. So I'm going to do what they say, and yeah, going to give it a go. So this spiral filter mat, you can pretty much use it however you want, but all I do is I mark either side use a spirit level to the measurement that you need. Create yourself a line, and this stuff is super easy to cut. It's proper thick and durable. If you like to zoom in on this filter mat, so the actual spiral design on it, it's got like, if anyone goes carp fishing, it's like the old little bait stops pretty much all the way through it, and it's just more surface area on the filter mat, a bit better improved than the blue Japanese matting. This is a lot better quality, and you can just cut it with a pair of scissors. But I'll get this one cut and I'll be back with you shortly. Just like so, and you can see how easy that was to cut. Any little bits, as I call it, give it a little haircut. And there we have it. So I'm going to pop this into the filter and see what it looks like. So I've even got Mrs. Whisperer cutting it. How would you find cutting it?
Really easy.
Looks like you got a green face because of the reflection. Just snipping up through.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Little haircut.
Perfect. So the next layer that I'm doing, I'm actually going to stack like this. So I'm going to put 5 on each layer. So in each tray, it's going to have 15. And what that does, it creates a flat surface for my spiral mat to go over the top. So I'm just going to put the next lot of 5 in here. But I thought I would show you what I'm doing before I put them in and fill this last tray up. Right, so if anyone was interested, I've got 15 lotus root media in that tray, and this is an 800ml tray. I've got 15 in this tray and the top tray, and I've got 9 in the top tray. Reason being, because of the spray bar, you can't build up as high in the very top tray. So in total 15, add 15, add 9, you do the maths, and I'll just work out how many boxes you would need if you wanted to replica what I'm doing at the moment. Yeah, you actually get 15 in a box. So it works out in that shower filter. I'm pretty much using 3 full boxes. Just wanted to let people know, 1 tray, 2 tray, and then I got a few left over. But you could spread them out a little bit further if you wanted to. Before you said I wasn't allowed to do it in here.
Yeah, you're not, I am.
So what, you're allowed to make a mess in here, but I'm not?
Yeah, because I clean up.
Right, fair dues, as long as you're doing it for me. Yeah. How would you find cutting them then in the end?
Quite easy.
Happy days. Mrs. Whisperer's just popping in her cuts.
Making sure I've done it right. Look at that, perfect.
Pretty good, I'll give you that. There ain't a gap nowhere. And it's sort of what we've noticed, it sort of interlocks. So even if you do have to cut it, you can push it down and it does interlock. But yeah, super happy with this. Should start working a treat. And to be fair, looks cool, doesn't it?
It does look good.
And we know for a fact that it works. So we'll just get all this back together and pop it back up there. So in 3, 2, 1, boom. We're back in action, looking the absolute hammer. Right then, hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna have to end it here. You can see the sunlight's dipping down. I've got to go and have my evening snack. You know what I'm saying? You got to look after the dad bod when you can. That said, thanks for watching the video. If I don't see you in a week, I'll see you for a window. Thank you, mother, for the mountain tree media.